No one understands this condition. I mean, no one. The doctors don't understand it. We don't understand it that much. I might not even understand it, but I understand what you're going through. I might not have the answer to healing you, but I have the answers of things that you can do while you gravitate towards healing. That makes sense. A lot of you are in this position where you don't know this condition as well as you want to, and others, even more hurtful, others don't even know what you're going through. And it's almost like you need a talking head, someone to explain to others in your on your behalf what this is really is, what this condition really is. Tinnitus is still on the rise. Eustachian tube dysfunction is still on the rise. Many of you have TMJ, but now you have TMJ with these other two conditions. And patulous eustachian tube disorder is something that I don't talk about often, but it's also a condition. It's a symptom that uh, gravitates all these other symptoms. It's basically a team of symptoms attacking you all at once. And in this video, I'm going to explain to you how to give others a chance to understand what you're going through. You know, what makes matters worse is that cold. Most likely you had an initial cold with this condition, and now it seems like the cold is gone. Now you have this to worry about and deal with now. And that seems to be almost 60% or more of how this condition comes to be. It's almost like it starts to transform from this cold, mysterious cold, right? And then now it's stuck with you now. And now you're dealing with that. But this video, I want to really help you all on how to basically transcribe or translate what this condition is to others. Because quite frankly, if you were a person like myself that already was an over-examiner of yourself when you had something wrong with you, and now you have this, and sometimes people associate how you are naturally when you have something going on with you, and they think now that you have this, it's the same. Like if you had some weird funky symptom or cold and you were kind of that person that's like, oh, I hope this isn't serious, you would always walk around, oh, hope I get rid of this, I hope I can figure this out, I hope I and you know, you never just kept quiet about what you're going through. And then people around you, your family, friends, they kind of observe how you are with things. They're like, oh, this so you know, you're always worrying about something, and now you have this and you're doing that with this, and they just think, oh, it's the same thing. But then it goes into weeks, months, and years. I want to talk to all of those people who are around you, you all that are suffering. They are not over exaggerating. To all the people that are around you that may be thinking it's just you're just one of those people that worry, I want to tell everybody that's watching in this video that it may not be a life-threatening condition, but let me tell you, it is crippling. It is very crippling to a degree where it's hard for that person to completely convey what it is that's crippling them. I know that sounds bizarre, but it is. It's a bizarre condition that I've had many discussions with many people about already. You know, I advocate this condition to a high degree. And I've heard many situations of how it occurred, and many situations how it's still around, and many different situations of how it came to be. And so I want all of you out there that are in a relationship with those individuals that are struggling to just watch this video and understand that this is a very misunderstanding, crippling, unforeseen condition that the person who is going through it can't really comprehend everything. Let me break a little bit down for you what that means. You have this ongoing annoyance in your ear. It's not devastating, but it's definitely a nuisance. It's like a fly trying to land on your food. It's not going to kill you, but you want to stop everything you're doing to make it stop. So it continues to happen every day, and you just get so alarmed by this. The sounds could be ringing sounds with tinnitus. It could be crunching sounds. People describe it like crunching a potato chip bag. It could be swooshing sounds like mine was. It was almost like when you're passing through traffic and you're in a car with the windows down. It's like constantly doing these weird symptoms. It's almost like a band of a different types of music going on in your ear, bad music, and it's just going on, going on, going on. And it's like you have to live with this because your ears go where you go, and your ears hear what you hear. And so you're dealing with that, and it's like nothing stops it. It just keeps happening. And you might have a moment where whatever's in your ear takes a nap or something, but then technically they don't really go away. They stick around. And so I can't even imagine trying to explain that to someone else. And that's what's happening. So you have that now. You have the weird sounds going on that don't go away. Then, because there's the weird sounds going on, they have something called the middle ear. And you have something called basically an equilibrium, which just starts in the middle ear. And if you have something like inflammation, or you have an infection, or you have some kind of obstruction, fluid buildup, you start getting this off balance feeling. Let's not forget the sounds are still going on. So now you have a physical inhabitants of this issue. Now you have the physical nature, a problem with balance, a problem with sound, and now it gets into the mental side of things, where now you start doubting how long this is going to be. What am I doing here? How come I keep having this issue? That turns into anxiety. Anxiety turns into stress. The stress turns into depression, which is more long term. And now you can't seem to shake this condition, because now all these things are happening to you all at once, like a bunch of gang members jumping you. It's a little blunt, but that's what it feels like. It feels like you can't get off the ground. Trying to explain that to others who already may have a history of you doing that with other things, it's very challenging. So this video is really to be the talking head for all of you out there who have tried to explain this to your significant other, your mother, your father, your kids, your neighbor, your best friend, whatever, your coworker, and they're just like looking at you like, okay. I want to fathom with all of you that are trying to explain that. Sometimes the information is better digested when it's coming from a source of someone that's not related to you, someone like me on a screen. So this video is to not only side with the person going through it, but to basically help you understand the person that isn't going through it, what it really feels like. It's crippling in a way where it's a mysterious type of crippling, basically. So the way to get through it for all of you, for the one that's suffering, this is to the sufferer now, like myself, like I used to be. The way to get through it is to first stop counting every little step you take. That's the first step. Don't count anymore. What I mean is, don't try to track every little symptom, every little mishap you have throughout the day, because you'll just run yourself wild, because it's constantly going all over the place. That's the first step. Second step is explain that to others, but don't expect them to understand it. Tell them what you're going through, but don't expect anyone to understand it like yourself and whoever has gone through it. And the last step is to stay consistent with things that are helping you feel better, even if it doesn't eliminate what you're going through. Do those three things consistently on the relationship aspect of yourself and what you're going through, and with others and who you're involved with. And I guarantee you'll start to get some clarity over time, maybe in about a month's time, maybe less. Do this consistently and try to stay focused on the things that make you happy, because eventually what happens is all that stuff becomes second nature, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and then eventually it becomes so irrelevant that it doesn't bother you on the forefront anymore. So I hope this video was very helpful for you all. If it was, take time to subscribe to the channel. I try to bring content pretty often, but in the meantime, I'm going to step out of the Jay Wellness studio and leave you in good hands with this video. Like anything else, folks, we are here to simply go back to the basics. Take care, everybody.